Hey, so I've been looking into something, and I genuinely don't know what to make of it, which is kind of why I had to talk about it. So grab whatever you're drinking and let's get into it. There's a small town in the Pacific Northwest called Coldwater Ridge. Population around 2,400. The kind of place where everybody knows your car, not just your name. In October of 2019, a 34-year-old hiking guide named Daniel Ashcroft left his apartment on a Tuesday morning. He told his roommate he was doing a solo trail check, something he did regularly for work. He said he'd be back by dinner. He never came back. Now, people go missing. It happens, and it's always tragic. But what makes Daniel's case different is what he left behind. Specifically, a voicemail. At 2:17 in the afternoon, Daniel called his sister, Maya. She didn't pick up, so he left a message. The voicemail is 43 seconds long. For the first 30 seconds, he sounds completely normal. He talks about the trail conditions, mentions he found a section of the path that needed regrading, says he's heading back to the trailhead. Normal stuff. Then there's a pause, about 4 seconds of nothing, and then he says, and I'm paraphrasing here because his sister has never released the full audio. He says something like, "There's a car up here that shouldn't be here. I'm going to go check it out. Don't worry." And that's it. End of message. The car was never identified. Daniel was never found. Now here's where I need you to stay with me because this is where it gets complicated. Search and rescue spent 11 days on that mountain. They found his backpack about 2 miles from the trailhead. Contents were all there: water, snacks, his trail notebook, even his car keys were inside. Which means either he left the pack behind intentionally or someone put it there. His phone was never recovered. The cell tower data shows his phone last pinged a tower at 2:31 p.m., 14 minutes after the voicemail. That tower covers a zone about 3 miles northeast of where his bag was found. 3 miles is a long way to walk in 14 minutes on a mountain trail, especially without your bag. Local police investigated for about 6 weeks, then quietly reclassified it as a voluntary disappearance, meaning they concluded Daniel chose to walk away from his life. Maya has never accepted that. And honestly, after reading everything I could find on this, I'm not sure I do either. Here's the part nobody really talks about. 3 months before Daniel disappeared, 2 other people went missing within 40 miles of Coldwater Ridge. Different trails, different circumstances. Both classified the same way: voluntary disappearances. One was a 28-year-old botanist doing field research. The other was a retired forest ranger who knew those mountains better than most people know their own neighborhood. 3 people, 40 miles, 9 months. The local sheriff at the time, a man named Roy Callahan, gave a press conference where he said, and I quote, "There is no pattern here. These are unrelated incidents." Roy Callahan retired 4 months later. He moved to a town in Arizona that, interestingly, has no extradition complications with the state of Oregon. I'm not saying that means anything. I'm just saying I noticed it. Daniel Ashcroft has been missing for 5 years now. Maya still pays for his phone plan. She says she does it because she wants the number to stay active, just in case he ever needs to call someone. The car from the voicemail was never traced. The other 2 missing persons were never found, and Roy Callahan has never given another interview. Some of this is documented. Some of it I've filled in based on similar real cases that follow the same pattern. The gray area, as always, is the point. That's everything I've got on this one. As always, some of what you just heard is documented fact. Some of it isn't. The gray area is the whole point. I'll see you in the next one.